How's it going, everybody? Civil here, and in this video I'm going to be going over a pretty advanced tactic to stop runs. Instead of having to get all into a certain run defense to be able to stop runs, there are different ways that pro players kind of are able to stop the runs just using their user. And I'm going to go over two of really the main. One of them's kind of easy, it's just about knowing formations. The other one's pretty hard, and it's a really advanced tip, but it's a lot. If you're able to do it, it's a lot better for you. It makes you a lot better player, and it's quite a bit of skill gap in this. But the first way I'm going to show you is, I'm sure you've heard of it many times, is shooting gaps. I'm in 3-3-5 Tampa 2, and I'm going to be showing you how to trips tight end inside zone, which is a really popular run play. And the way I set up my defense is I'm going to baseline, so I'm going to hit Y and then hit over to baseline. Then I'm going to spread my D line, which against this formation doesn't do anything. I'm going to crash up, and I'm going to pinch my linebackers like that. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to blitz my user. And what this is going to do is it's going to make sure I don't auto strafe. And the way I'm going to shoot this gap is stand right here, and I'm trying to do it with two controllers here. But we're going to snap the ball, and we're going to shoot right down. And I'm going to jump into this replay real fast, and that's a pretty consistent thing. It's easier when you know there's a good chance of the run coming, but as long as you line up in that spot and recognize the run, immediately you're able to shoot it pretty fast. And the reason this is going to work is because you see we have a D tackle right here and the 0 tech, we have the 6 tech out here, and then we have the linebacker right here. So that's 3 people, and then we have 3 people right here, you know, center, guard, and tackle. And then we're adding an extra person here. So the player who is supposed to block you is this inside slot receiver. And you see his targeting at first gets kind of messed up, and then he tries to come inside, but it's just he's not able to get there. And you see how we are able to cleanly shoot this gap. Now the reason I'm doing this in a game is because practice mode blocking is a little bit different, but you see how we're able to shoot that gap really easily like that. And it's gonna be like that with a lot of inside zones. They are a little bit different per formation, and they are different depending on what formation you are in. But once again, we're gonna set the defense the same way. You don't have to pinch linebackers. I'll show it without it pinched, and you don't even have to baseline. But that's what I like to do, just my personal preference. We see we're gonna stand right back here, kind of hide it a little bit, and then we're gonna shoot down. And right there, I was a little bit misaligned just because I'm not used to it. So you do need to make sure that you go to what you're comfortable with. But we're just gonna pick this up real fast. Just a quick run commit. Okay, well we will run it with the Chiefs, or with the other side of the ball, because for some reason our run commit decided to play a slant route. But if we go back into now, the user I'm using on the Chiefs is going to be Jordan Lucas. To do this, you want to have someone faster, you know, just because you want to shoot the gap as fast as you can. But once again, we'll go into trips tight end, and I'll show me shooting the gap one more time. A lot of it is based off of, you know, the formation you're in and formation you're going up against, and then just getting used to what the gap is. Like, I know this pretty well. I've played it 1,000 times. You can see how we're able to shoot this gap really easily. Now there was a cutback lane. Now one of the ways I take that away is by blitzing the backside backer. I didn't right there. But I mean, you know, jumping into this replay again, you can see pretty easily how we're able to shoot this gap. Now it's just a matter of getting there and making sure the backside isn't free like that. So the second way of stopping the run with just your user is going to be a way of spinning out offensive linemen. Basically what you're going to do is as they come out to engage you, you're going to try to spin around them. And you're just going to use the left stick to do this. You don't want to hold RT at all. And I'm going to try to show you, I am using 2 controllers right here, so it's kind of difficult to demonstrate everything, but I will give it a go right here. So right there I wasn't able to get it, I didn't do it, I didn't have the right timing on it, but we're going to go do it again real fast. So what this is going to do is you don't have to be in a great position to do this, you just have to have basically the stick to do it. So you see offensive lineman, once again, we weren't able to spin it off, but what I was able to do is disengage with the block. So as soon as you get onto the block, you don't want to hit X to try to disengage, you don't want to try to hit, you know, A to disengage. What you want to do is kind of run sideways or backwards. Basically you want to, so if I jump into instant replay right here and show you what my thinking was, when the block got engaged with me, I'm just trying to go backwards. So I see his, you know, his back is turned like this, so I'm trying to go directly backwards to get off the block and go make a play. Now this time it happened to be towards the hole. A lot of times it will just be straight back, and then as I go backwards, I'm gonna loop back around. So if you get engaged, what you want to do is you don't want to stay engaged. You don't want to try to, you know, shed them like that. You want to disengage with them. So I'm gonna try to show it again right here, where we have some block coming, and once again we were unable to actually do the spin move itself. This time I'm gonna try to do it just with one controller. So we have someone, and right there, so that was a really good demonstration. Now we didn't really make the tackle, but I'm gonna be able to show you exactly what I am talking about with it. That time I was just using one controller, and that was the AI running. So here we have my user right here. The guard is coming out to hit me, and we have a spin move right here. So you see he's coming to get me, and you just do a little spin move and you're able to go back into it. And we kind of a weird animation right there where you got the push to pile animation, but you can see right here it's just like this. It's just spinning him out like this, and you're able to go make the tackle yourself. That's a hard thing to do, but it's a really useful thing if you can do it again. If you can start to do it. I'm gonna try to do it again right here. So guard came out, and that time we weren't able to do it again. It is really a timing thing. You have to get really used to it. I'm gonna show it one more time. It is an extremely hard thing to do. It is easier when you're using just one controller, like I showed you the time before. Obviously, it's a lot easier, but here we go. And this time, I was able to do it again. So I would jump into straight play one more time just to show you guys. But I think you guys are kind of, you can kind of get the gist of what I'm doing here. You just want to go with a really sharp circular motion with your joystick. Right there again, we just spin them out to keep them from engaging with us. And it's really just that simple. As soon as you almost get to them, it's simple as that. You don't want to make a big loop. You just want to go with a little, like a quick sharp loop with your joystick, and that is going to allow you to do this. Like I said, it takes practice. I can't do it every time, but you can see like I'm not in a good position right here at all, and I'm still able to do this. And this is something I'll try to do against heavier sets as well. Something like if I see wing tight and someone's going dive, I have no idea how to shoot this gap. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay back, and I'm gonna try just right there. I wasn't able to do it. That is what my idea is. I need to stay back to kind of mess up the offensive line's targeting, and then we're gonna try and make a play. So I'm gonna do it one more time here. Let's see if I can. There's a lot of people, so it's gonna be kind of a jumbled mess. So we go down, and once again we weren't able to actually make the tackle, but we were able to kind of confuse the offensive line enough to be able to have people come free. And what I mean by that is I'm out of the box right here, so it's hard for the offensive line to target me. You see I have this guard scrape all the way across to pick me up, which leaves him open and leaves that slot corner open, and it's really just makes it a lot more of a hassle for the offensive line to be able to get to you. Even though I wasn't able to actually get the spin off, I was able to confuse or to get the offensive line off of their like normal assignments well enough to be able to create a lane for my defenders to be able to make that tackle. And you see this run is a run I'm sure you've seen online a decent amount. A lot of people like to bounce it outside to the left, and you see we have a slot corner here, and if they bounce it to the right, we have a slot corner here. And I mean, we're taking up the middle. Only thing that they could do is maybe take it here, but my user is going that way. A lot of people are gonna run away from the user, and we do have a shed happening right here. And you see that was just a base Tampa 2. I mean, that was really just a base Tampa 2 with almost no adjustments to it, besides the fact that I was baselined, and I don't even think I pinched my linebackers here. So I mean, if you have the user to and you can confuse offensive line, even if you're not spinning them out, you're confusing them, you're making them kind of have to change how they want to target just by standing back here, even against a heavy set like this. I won't do this against trips tight end, or like most gun sets, but against like a set like this, wing tight or like I form and stuff, I'll sit back here just to mess up the AI targeting, and that will do wonders for your run defense. As you see right here, like this. This is great defense. I'll run it again just to prove a point, like just to prove that like that's a pretty consistent thing. So you see I'm running just a regular Tampa 2. I'm staying about 10 yards back, and we're gonna try to go. And right there, I will jump into straight replay just to show it. But once again, like you can see, like there is a hole, but he's getting shedded. He's getting pushed to inside by his stance. By the way, he is still. So I mean, like he's getting shedded into the hole. Now, if they want to take it right up this lane right here, they can, or right off of 75, right behind him. That's a tough lane to go through just because of the way he's getting shedded, and that's really what run defense starts to become, is just by angles. That's tough to shed, or that's tough to hit. If they want to cut it all the way back through here, the corner's gonna be coming up. That'd be a really tough cutback too. So I mean, like this is good run defense, and it's all because of the way he's coming down and kind of just making things look weird. You can see right here, the center and the guard like hit each other and kind of spaz out. But that's gonna be basically the gist of it for this video. You can see the spin out something you have to practice, and the gap shooting something you have to practice, is all based on formation. I would recommend going into a game against yourself and practicing it against different formations, just because the run blocking is different in practice mode to game mode for whatever reason that might be. But if you guys have any questions about this or want more explanation on it, feel free to drop a comment. I will get back to you. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.